Welcome to Easy Driver, the most reliable source of automotive information on YouTube. Please like, share, comment and subscribe. In this segment, we'll take a closer look at their influence on the American automotive industry, the technological innovations they introduced, and the lasting impact they've had on the way cars are made and marketed around the world. Let's continue the journey. Nissan. Diversification and global strategy. Nissan's approach during the 1980s was characterized by diversification and a global strategy that set the company apart from its Japanese counterparts. While Toyota and Honda focused on specific niches, Nissan aimed to cater to a wide range of consumer needs, from economy cars to luxury vehicles. Nissan's product lineup in the 1980s was diverse, with models like the Sentra, a compact car that appealed to budget-conscious consumers, and the Maxima, a mid-size sedan that offered more space and luxury features. This diversification allowed Nissan to capture various market segments and appeal to a broad spectrum of customers. One of Nissan's most significant moves during the 1980s was its partnership with the French automaker Renault. This alliance, which was formalized in the 1990s, laid the groundwork for future global expansions and collaborations. The partnership with Renault allowed Nissan to expand its reach into new markets and leverage shared technology and resources to enhance its competitiveness. Nissan also made a name for itself in the sports car segment with the introduction of the Nissan 300ZX. This model was part of Nissan's Z car series, which was known for its performance and stylish design. The 300ZX, with its advanced engineering and powerful performance, became a favorite among sports car enthusiasts and helped elevate Nissan's brand image globally. In addition to its focus on diversification, Nissan was also one of the first Japanese automakers to establish a significant manufacturing presence in the United States. The opening of Nissan's Smyrna, Tennessee, plant in 1983 marked a major milestone for the company and signaled its commitment to the U.S. market. Impact on the American automotive industry. The rise of Japanese automakers in the 1980s had profound implications for the American automotive industry. As Japanese brands gained popularity, American automakers found themselves facing unprecedented competition. This competition forced the U.S. auto industry to undergo significant changes in order to stay competitive. Market share and competition. One of the most visible impacts of Japanese automakers' success was the erosion of market share for American car manufacturers. Throughout the 1980s, Japanese brands like Toyota, Honda, and Nissan steadily gained market share in the United States, often at the expense of established American brands like Ford, General Motors, and Chrysler. This shift in market share was driven by several factors. Japanese cars were often more affordable than their American counterparts, thanks in part to the efficiency of Japanese manufacturing processes and the favorable exchange rates of the yen during much of the 1980s. Additionally, Japanese cars were perceived as more reliable and fuel-efficient, which made them particularly appealing to American consumers in the aftermath of the 1970s oil crises. As Japanese automakers captured more market share, American manufacturers were forced to respond. This response took several forms, including the introduction of new models designed to compete directly with Japanese offerings. For example, Ford introduced the Ford Taurus in 1986, which was designed to compete with popular Japanese sedans like the Toyota Camry and Honda Accord. The Taurus featured a more aerodynamic design and was marketed as a high-quality, affordable family car. The Taurus became a success for Ford and demonstrated that American automakers could still compete with Japanese brands when they focused on innovation and quality. Quality and reliability. The success of Japanese automakers in the 1980s also had a profound impact on the quality and reliability of American cars. Japanese brands had built their reputations on producing vehicles that were reliable, durable, and required less maintenance than many American cars of the time. This reputation was a key factor in their success and forced American automakers to improve their own quality standards. In response to the competitive pressure from Japanese brands, American manufacturers began to adopt some of the same manufacturing and quality control practices that had made Japanese cars so successful. This included implementing total quality management (TQM) principles, investing in more advanced manufacturing technologies, and placing a greater emphasis on customer satisfaction. One notable example of this shift was General Motors' partnership with Toyota to create the new United Motor Manufacturing, Inc. NUMMI plant in Fremont, California. This joint venture, established in 1984, was designed to bring Japanese manufacturing techniques to the United States and improve the quality of GM's vehicles. The NUMMI plant produced cars like the Chevrolet Nova and later the Toyota Corolla, both of which were known for their quality and reliability. The success of NUMMI demonstrated that American automakers could learn from Japanese practices and apply them to their own production processes. Innovation and design. The 1980s were a period of significant innovation and design advancements in the automotive industry, much of which was driven by the competition between Japanese and American automakers. Japanese brands were known for their emphasis on fuel efficiency, which was achieved through innovations in engine design, aerodynamics, and lightweight materials. This focus on efficiency was a direct response to the changing consumer preferences that emerged in the wake of the oil crises. American automakers, in turn, began to incorporate more fuel-efficient technologies into their own vehicles. This included the development of smaller, more efficient engines, the use of front-wheel drive platforms, and the introduction of new materials like aluminum and plastics to reduce vehicle weight. These innovations helped American manufacturers create cars that could compete with Japanese models in terms of fuel economy and performance. The competition with Japanese automakers also led to changes in automotive design. Japanese cars were often more compact and aerodynamic than their American counterparts, reflecting a different approach to design that prioritized efficiency and practicality. American manufacturers began to adopt similar design principles, moving away from the larger, more boxy designs that had been popular in the 1970s and early 1980s. The result was a shift toward more streamlined, modern designs that appealed to a broader range of consumers. Consumer preferences and changing attitudes. The rise of Japanese automakers in the 1980s also led to a shift in consumer preferences and attitudes toward cars. Prior to this period, American consumers had often favored larger, more powerful vehicles, particularly those produced by domestic automakers. However, the success of Japanese cars demonstrated that there was a strong demand for smaller, more fuel-efficient vehicles that were reliable and affordable. This shift in consumer preferences was driven by a number of factors, including rising fuel prices, increased environmental awareness, and changing demographic trends. As more consumers began to prioritize fuel efficiency and reliability, Japanese cars became increasingly popular. This was particularly true among younger consumers, who were drawn to the affordability and practicality of Japanese models. The success of Japanese automakers in the 1980s also helped to change the perception of foreign cars in the United States. Prior to this period, foreign cars had often been seen as inferior to American-made vehicles. However, the quality and reliability of Japanese cars demonstrated that foreign manufacturers could produce vehicles that were just as good, if not better, than those made in the United States. This shift in perception helped to pave the way for the globalization of the automotive industry and the acceptance of foreign brands in the American market. Please comment, like, share, and subscribe for more automotive information like this. Thank you for watching.